Christmas wasn't the only holiday happening yesterday, as December the 25th this year also marks the beginning of Hanukkah. According to Mila and Doug Krynick, Hanukkah is an 8-night celebration where families get together and celebrate the victory of the Maccabean rebellion and the rededication of the Second Temple in Jerusalem. During the Maccabean rebellion, the Jewish people fought against the Assyrians and the Greeks who had taken over Jerusalem and forbade Jews from practicing their religion. The Jewish people won and went to work in cleaning up the desecrated temple, using the little oil that was left to light the area and clean up what they could. The oil that was supposed to last for 1 day lasted for 8. This miracle is celebrated throughout Hanukkah through lighting the menorah, eating foods cooked in oil like latkes, and playing the game of dreidel. Alongside this miracle, Hanukkah is also a celebration of religious freedom.
And so it's to commemorate victory, it's to commemorate the miracle of the light, freedom of religion, freedom of believing what you want to believe, because prior to the Greeks and the Assyrians coming in, Jerusalem, everybody prayed the way that they wanted to in Jerusalem. And so after the victory, Jerusalem was free again to worship whatever gods they wanted.
To learn more about the story of Hanukkah, you can visit our online article at WTAP.com.